of the 8-bit geek. If you haven't listened to the 8-bit geek, let me fill you in. Let me tell you what it's like, okay? 8-bit is like a home cooked meal. Most of us can kind of look back and recall all of those wonderful meals prepared by our parent or parents. And 2017, a lot of people grow up with them too.
Sorry.
The main ingredient was always love. Except at Doug's house because his parents never loved him. But those warm meals really stick with you through the years, and until you get married and your significant other starts to cook for you, then you realize, holy shit, this person can't cook at all. Well, that's us. I'm Jeremy. With me today are two men who steal other people's lunches at work. Yeah, they're those guys.
I'm Doug. That's me.
Where are those guys at? I don't steal other people's lunch. I don't eat lunch.
Dude, I've been to your work. You've stolen it.
You haven't been to my work, bish.
I've seen it in pictures, so I was pretty much there.
What? and I'm Kevin.
Do you have a soundboard? Did you just replay like a recording of me saying I'm Kevin?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had that actually at work? Like people who...
No.
I don't know how this happens, but it has happened in work at the past for me, where people go in, they will eat other people's lunches.
Oh, yeah.
You, Kev?
No, I've had people do that at my work as well. People are just... As old as people get, you still realize you work with a bunch of fucking children sometimes. Like in our men's bathroom, the urinals will usually be like piss all over the floor. Like somebody tried going from the wall to the urinal thinking they can like fucking arc it. And they end up fucking that up. They screw up the toilets. Somebody takes like spite shits. And then everyone eats each other's lunches.
Kev, just a quick question.
Go on.
Aren't you pretty juvenile in the bathroom?
Juvenile to like trolling. I don't create a mess because I was taught better than that. But sounding like I created a mess, I'm all about that. I'm all about making the fart noise. Like when somebody's on a fucking sales call or something like that, I love to flush the toilet or just make like fake farting noises. Mm-hmm. I like to fuck with sales. Let's just be real. Who doesn't?
I've always wondered when you do go into a bathroom, how does someone shit on the toilet? Like, I don't understand on the seat itself. You walk in, you go, man, it's all this. I try not to. I don't know if you guys can poop in public just fine.
Oh, yeah. I take pride in it.
I'm not a public pooper. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just love to go home and take a nice poop on my toilet.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's nothing like a home shit.
Yeah, home shits are like that's a whole ballpark right there. And I'm talking about like, I like to claim my territory. Like when I was in a band, every venue we played, I made sure to shit at just to like claim it my own. Like I am the king of this venue. It was old school, like Pokemon Go. Like you just take over territories. That was me. Like every venue was my gym and you had to get past my king turd in order to take it over.
Let me get this straight. So instead of making the club yours from the stage, you went somewhere where nobody could see, and you just went, well, I took a shit in here. This is my territory.
Well, I took a shit in the toilets. It wasn't where, well, people could see, I guess. No, it's not that kind of club.
That you're aware of.
I mean, I wasn't going to take a shit on the stage. I'm not Gigi Allen,
So, but the point is, you go in, and there's just like, how does someone poop on a seat? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because they don't want their butt to touch the seat, so they hover.
Yeah, I was going to say they're hovering. They hover, but they've got spray ass at the same time because they eat horrible food in their lives. So they spray while they're hovering.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I mean, I haven't seen it in action, but I've seen the after effects. There's times I've walked into a urinal, or not a urinal, that even worse. I walked into like a stall and just saw the explosion and just left the bathroom. I went to another floor at that point.
So at that point, that person claimed their territory and they won.
Yeah, they beat you.
Dirty game, man. That's that must be millennials, man. Millennials, and they always got to one up us Gen XYers.
Did you ever go to one of those? Did you guys, while playing in bands and going across the country, did you ever go to a bathroom where you had to poop real bad, but there was no door?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
I had one that was it was a bar. It was a local bar I'd go to. They had a door. However, the door had no doorknob. So there was just a hole. It was like a peephole.
That wasn't for the door handle, Kev.
That wasn't for the door handle.
Wait, what?
That's a glory hole.
Yeah.
No. It was the door handle. It was a one-person bathroom.
No.
So what I had to do was I had to position myself like Olympic style to where I had to like shit, but like cover the hole at the same time.
Was the hole in the side of the stall, or was it on the door?
It was on the. It was a one-person bathroom,
Mhm.
and it was just a toilet in there and a sink.
Okay. Right.
And the door with where it should have a doorknob was missing.
So was the door on the side of the urinal?
No, there was no dicks popping out. Apparently, and I think this is the owner making excuses, but the owner had the doorknob removed so that way he could see if people were doing coke in his restroom. Because apparently there was a lot of coke sales going on in that bathroom, even though it was a one-person bathroom. So it was the owner was fucked, and the bar was a neighborhood bar. It was kind of fucked, but that bathroom really, yeah, like it was. If you had to, like, that was one of those bars, or that was one of those toilets where it was like, I could go home. It'll take me 10 to 15 minutes, but my colon is about to explode, so I have to give in. I'm not proud to say I've shat in that place. And usually I'm pretty proud to say it, as you've heard the stories. But that one is one of those, like, I just had to do it and just like fucking just hope for the best.
Well, if you like what we're talking about and you want more of this shit,
I see what you did there.
You can subscribe to us on Audio Boom. They are our sponsor. We thank them so much for these airwaves. You can also find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio. Please follow us on social media at the 8-Bit Geek. And, of course, every Monday night we record live right here on Twitch. You can join in with the chat. If you can't make it to Twitch and you still want to interact with us and other people who like the show, you can always hit us up on Discord. It's a wonderful chat program you can have for your phone, for your desktop, for your iPad or Android, whatever you have. Come chat with us. We're always in there. We're chatting and all that other shit. We have some other shows that we do here on 8-Bit. We have 8-Bit Saga, Divas, Dropkicks, and Dives, Brainberry Tarts, and Garbage Day. You know, sometimes when you look over at the chat, like when you're trying to read a script and you look over at the chat, your mind just goes wandering. Yeah. And you like lose your place. You're like, and there's another thing that was okay. If you like what we're doing here and you want to support us, you can do that with Patreon. Every week, we pimp this shit out and we say please give us money. So we'll make it short this week. Give us some money.
Well, that's right to the point.
Well, okay, yeah. Shit.
Here's the reason we want your money.
Because we want to buy. We want
to
buy drugs.
No,
No.
None of us do drugs. We don't do drugs. We're good boys.
All right,
except for you, fucking, like I said, Jeremy Yayo Jones over here.
All that money goes right back into 8-Bit Geek. If you want to give, we give you some great content to go along with it. Just $5 gets you some added content for the pre-show and the post-show, and some other videos and stuff that we throw on there as well. We have a few levels that we have there for you, and you can go check it out over at Patreon. It's good shit. Last week,
I was gonna say we gotta name them off. I haven't done it yet for the month.
That's right. We forgot. So last week we were supposed to read off all the patrons, and we didn't. Yeah. So Doug, take it away.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh man. Oh Jesus. All right. We got Jen and Ryan, Chris, AJ, Lawrence, Arnold, Mo. Let's see. We got Victor and David and Deborah and Robert and Christopher and That Is a Classic and Curtis and Blades and Snorkel and RZA and Gone Off and Ben Lurch and Joshy Boo. Francisco, Henrik.
Baby, I know you throwing nickels
Jared,
at me, but you would die.
Bratosaurus, Drake, Link, Timo, Andrew, Bjorn, Tony, Oh, sorry, I scrolled down and I lost my spot. God damn it. Ryan, the Lonely Trainers Pokemon Gang, Jimbo, UK Ratty. Thank you for letting us know the difference between you and the US Ratty. Simon, Eric, Leonard, Lost Boy, Justin, Linz, Touchebag, Kale, Jesse, Robimus. There's so many. Mato, I don't remember. He said how to say that. I think it was like tomato. Mato, Crassy, Lauren, Mike, and Ed.
Yay! Thanks, everyone.
I'd like to point out that you when you read everybody, so everybody sounded really great, but for some reason when you got to Caleb's, it was more like disdain.
Oh, it was because everyone loves Kale. Everyone loves him. Like, just
everyone
fucking slobbers that knob. And I just have known him for so long that I just don't have the time for it anymore.
Even your dad likes him.
Yeah. Even my dad loves him. And except for that time, I'm pretty sure my dad almost punched him in the face. But
was that when Caleb was hiding out in his truck watching your dad walk around nude?
No, it's not around the same time though. But no. No.
I don't know if that story has been told on the podcast or if it's been told on like just random, like a stream.
Yeah.
It had to be on we talked about it on the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about it at one time.
Yeah, well, let's ask the chat. Do you guys know this story? Caleb says, I did see his dad nude. He sure did. We'll see what the chat says.
Yeah. But either way.
But thank you to our patrons. That's just about everybody.
You guys are fantastic.
If you are a patron, you didn't hear your name read, you may want to go check your account status. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's see. We got to say real quick, after reading all those names, that's so many people that
they're saying no. So I may have to tell the story.
Really? Okay, let me say this and then you can tell us.
All right.
It's incredible that over 50 people give to the 8-Bit Geek, and it's your hard-earned money. As we joke before saying, please give us your money, but we really, really do appreciate it, and we say that every week almost. But it's amazing what people have done when you come together and you believe in a cause and you believe in us and you want us to be a success, and that's what you're given to. We just paid for advertising on a major podcast network. We're paying advertising for Facebook here soon and Twitter. We're pushing out an ad campaign. I think maybe even at a little local roller derby for Kev's wife. I think we might invest in that, and we get to be on the Jumbotron and all that shit.
Jumbotron.
We're doing a Comic-Con again this year. We don't know if we're going to do a booth or not, but we're definitely going, and it's going to be like a fan meetup. We have these mics. We're getting new equipment. You're investing in a show to be a success, and we're pushing it that way. And that money is going towards something great. And I personally I'm blown away by all the giving, and it's so wonderful. And thank you so much. I know you guys care a lot about the show, and we appreciate it. So, all right, on to story time.
Okay, as I remember, it's been a couple of years. This is the story of how Caleb saw my daddy's wiener. So I don't know why that blew up. We went to, I feel like, okay, so we were hanging out at my house. I guess we must have been in high school at the time. We were hanging out at my house, and Caleb was driving this shitty old truck. And I think we went to a movie, so we all got in, like, I think my friend Nick's car, and we, like, went to the movie or something. So we left, and Caleb left his truck at my house. And so we went to the movie. We're gone, a couple hours, and then we come back, and we everyone's getting their vehicles, and we're going to our buddy Crash's place, and we're gonna go hang out there for the rest of the night and stuff. And so Caleb gets in his truck, and we all leave, and he's sitting in my driveway. There's like a part where you can like pull forward. You can either like kind of turn into the garage, or you can just pull forward. So he's like backed his truck into that spot. And it's like, it's late at night. It's probably 10 or 11 by the time the movie's out and stuff. And so he gets in his car, and we all leave. And he's sitting there, and he's like on his phone, like texting or whatever. He's getting ready to leave. I don't think he's turned his truck on yet. Caleb will correct me in the chat if he had. But so the garage door was open, and my dad walks out completely fucking naked, and Caleb is just sitting in his truck, taking
video.
Yeah, just like staring at my dad's ding dong, and and I don't think my dad noticed that he was there. And I think my dad like goes to like a fridge and like a freezer in the garage. So I think he went to the fridge and like got something out, and then like went and like shut the garage door and walked back inside. And Caleb just I think waited until the garage door was shut and then like left. And so he showed up later and just was like, "I just saw your dad's dick," and I was like, "What the fuck did you see my dad? What do you mean you saw my dad's dick?" And oh no, he says, "Oh no, we made eye contact," which is fucking even better.
Yeah. Define better.
He said he knew I was there.
That's when you're real confident with your dick and everything that you can just stare at another man and just be like, "Man, take it in."
Take it.
That's funny.
That was the night Caleb became a man.
It was a male bond unspoken for ages, he says. Jesus.
That's why your dad likes him so much.
Oh man.
By the way, we got some subs and everything.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Tub Zero is live and subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much, Tub Zero. And King Rex originally donated $3.69 and said, "Here's your drug money. Have fun."
Yes.
And that put us like at a something 69. It was like 107,269. And then Gonoff donated $1.51 and said, "Hi." So now we're at $1,074.20.
Nice.
Full 20.
Nice.
Hey. All right, so we have one more thing to get through before we get to misconnections. And, Doug, Kevin, and I, we're going to be in a game.
Yes! We talked about this.
We're doing some voiceover work for Knights of the Drown Table, which is now in early access on Steam. It's a virtual reality game. It's going to be out on the Oculus and Steam, and I guess that would be the Vive, right?
I assume so. Yeah.
It's got an emphasis on humors. Players will be transported into a fantasy tavern where they'll encounter local barflies. I don't know what the fuck that means.
A barfly?
Barfly. That's like people who hang out at bars.
That's the person who hangs out at a bar. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not educated like that in the whole bar scene.
Clearly.
So you bring them a drink and they'll tell you a tale and they'll narrate their outrageous adventure, and you and your friend will relive them in your own eyes. Mm-hmm. So we will be one of those barflies, I guess.
Well, we'll be 3 of those barflies at least.
Mm-hmm. So the game will officially launch on December 22nd. And so make sure that you go check it out. They just gave away an Oculus Rift as well. So go make sure that you go support a good cause. We're going to go and support them as well because we're in the damn game. We should. It should likely be a great adventure. So go check out Knights of the Drown Table.
Did they announce who won it? Did hopefully somebody from...
I didn't see.
One of our fans won.
I know I didn't win it. And I
definitely didn't win it.
I had over 60 entries.
Jesus. I did 0.
I didn't want to take away from our fans, so I didn't sign up. I don't have room for that.
Like I said, I would have won it and then gave it away to somebody.
Yeah. Ratty asks, is that the one with Lynn's in the trailer? Yes, it is.
Yes, that is. Yes, our good friend and fan Lindsay did some voice work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do for Patreon.
Patreon.
I wanted to do Patreon only giveaways. I thought that was fun to start doing to reward our actual members who give.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like a network one, just a Patreon giveaway.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun every month or something like that. Anywho,
I'm down. That sounds awesome. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, in our Discord. Send stuff to our PO box. Let us know what you think.
We were talking about it on the pre-show. Some more interaction stuff. So that's a little bit of tantalizing content for you for later. Mm-hmm. Go listen to that.
Do we want to put our PO box out there so people who listen to the show may not be on the Discord or miss that or on the website or where maybe they can find? Do you
Yes.
have that address readily available?
If you would like to send anything to the 8-Bit Geek, if you have fan mail, if you want to send some misconnections, if you want to send Doug one of those, or me or Kevin a bag of dicks.
We already got that.
No, we got a box, but I'd really love those gummies. You can send them to.
Wait, we got like a box of cardboard dicks.
Yeah,
Unless you're hiding gummy
No,
dicks
he's
from us.
saying he wants to get a. You can literally send someone a bag of dicks.
Oh,
So you send
okay.
like, hey, choke on this bag of dicks, and it's a
Yeah,
bag of gummy dicks. Like you see that, like, fucking, oh shit, what are they called? Bachelorette parties use.
Yeah.
Those
What
little
if
gummy
what if
peonies.
someone actually chokes on the bag? Are they liable?
No, because they're not eating the bag; they're eating the gummy.
But I'm talking about choking on the gummies in the bag.
No, I'm sure
Is
there's
there
probably
a
some.
warning, like a choking hazard warning?
There might be. Hey, chew these before you swallow them and don't choke, you dumb shit.
So that
you
PO box,
need to write more warnings.
you can send whatever you'd like to 8-Bit Geek, PO Box 1954, Keller, Texas 76244. So there you
Boom.
go.
There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
okay. Let's get into misconnections.
Wait. I went to Kansas City Comic-Con this weekend, guys.
God, yeah, fuck. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So we're going to just tie up the show even more. So I was asked to go, actually, originally for Divas, Dropkicks, and Dives, because Mike signed us up for it a while ago. And
Forgot.
they finally got back to us like a week before the podcast, which, I mean, it's understandable. I mean, they were very busy.
Well, like Monday, because we talked about it after the show when Mike tried to interrupt our call with his call to you, and then we called him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then we all talked to each other for like 30 more minutes.
So, but we ended up going, me and a friend, because Mike's living in Texas, so he wasn't able to attend. It was really cool. It was a smaller Comic-Con compared to the one other that happens in Kansas City, which is Planet Comic-Con. But it was a lot of art, a lot of cosplay was going on. We got there the first day. We went Saturday.
Thank
there
you for
was
that
wrestling going
sexy
on.
photo.
KCXW was wrestling there, so that was going on. It was pretty cool. And then, the rest of the time, it was a pretty good amount. They had like a Superman celebration. So it was basically everyone from the original Superman movies that's still alive. Then you had Burt Ward there from Batman.
No one was there.
You had your comic book men. They were all there, our favorites. And also Kevin Smith was there, and Jay and Silent Bob were there. Kevin Smith was recording an episode of Fat Man on Batman that night. We didn't get to catch that because it was a separate show. But yeah, there was a lot of good stuff going on. And it's definitely something we want to look forward to later with Kansas City Comic-Con. They were offering like podcasts to do panels. So maybe one day we shall do a panel there. That would be really cool. We just have to show our worth. So, but all in all, Kansas City Comic-Con was really fun to go to. Thanks a lot for the press passes. We enjoyed it ourselves. We took some pictures. We're going to post that up on our Instagram. Post the first one today. So go ahead and check those out.
Awesome.
Did you meet anyone famous? Did you?
I ran into Ming Chen again, like when I was grabbing the press passes. Me and Jer run into him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a comic convention if we don't run into like Ming Chen from Comic Book Guys.
So the chat is asking what happened to Rex. He said uterus.
Yeah, and we know you can't do that.
Yeah, it's a thing you can't say. So please be respectful in the chat.
Never existed. Amanda just jerks us.
All right, let's get into misconnections. Every week we take real ads from the misconnection section of Craigslist. We read them in funny voices. They're completely real. We don't edit them in any way, although we do ad-lib a little bit, but we definitely can't make this stuff up. Everyone in chat are like, what the fuck? You can't say uterus, but you can say vagina? What is going on? It's an inside.
It's a joke from last week's show where we were talking about YouTube and how they banned stupid stuff or banned stuff for stupid things. And I mentioned how someone's video got demonetized because she said the word uterus in her video. So it became a joke. So if you missed the show last week, that's what's going on. Let's see if Sean's here.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, what's up, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, guys?
We're just chilling, like hanging out and stuff.
That's cool. Me too.
Yeah. Hey, I heard that you and Marky have a special show coming out next Friday or something like that, or this Friday.
The next episode of 8-Bit Saga, which hopefully will be out this Friday. There's Marky Mark's a little adventure is in it, and it's good. And I'm in it as PN15 again. And there's a lot of lulls between the characters. It's pretty. We did a good job, the two of us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got for us this week?
This week, I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck this is about. So I may be relying on the chat a little bit because I don't know what some of these words or things stand for. It says, "I could be your freak."
Why are you yelling?
Because it's in all caps and a very large text. It looked like I should be yelling it. SBM for SBF-SWF -M4W.
Fuck. Logically, I'm thinking single black man for single black female.
Single
and then
white female for, and then male, and then just male for man for woman.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was gonna say SWF. I was like safe with friends. I don't
Single
know.
white female. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's it. That's probably it, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Or because reading later on it says sex buddy, so maybe it's sex buddy male looking for sex buddy female.
Okay.
Ooh, that could be it
Okay.
too.
Let's read on. Let's find out. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I've been here since August. I was in Duncanville. I was like, wait, if I'm from LA, but I'm in Duncanville, Texas. So I'm from Los Angeles, California. I've been here since August. I'm looking for a sexy, smoke, drink, go out to eat, and NSA safe sex buddy. No
strings attached.
No strings attached. I was like, no sex
It
addictions.
took me a little bit.
Yeah.
No sex addiction.
And no strings attached, safe sex buddy. I'll be here till April or May, so nothing serious unless we really click. I'm 6 feet tall, weigh 185 pounds, mixed, long hair, and very well endowed.
Oh, God damn it.
Let's just say I know my way around the bedroom. Like I won't stub my toes in the pitch black. I lick well.
What? How does one gauge how well someone licks?
I don't know. Do the stamps stick to the envelope all the time? Yes, they do. I lick well.
Happen out.
This motherfucker sends mail.
I'm also very freaky, spontaneous, and I got stamina. I'm only looking for a well-shaped female. Sorry, I had to go back and see if that fit into the up top to make sure see if that fit. So if you're the one, shoot me a message and include a couple pics. I'll do the same. Please, only serious females need apply. I can host and provide party favors.
What? What kind of party favors, Sean?
Like fucking, those little poppers that you pop when
Yeah, those little things you pull and they go. So I got some of those. I've also got some of those little whistle things wherever you put in and go, and it like sticks a little tongue out. Those are very popular with the ladies.
Do they lick well?
Yes. Also, the chat also reminded me that I also do still have some of those dick gummy things left over that we can bring those too.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Next Comic-Con.
I'm located in Duncanville, but can travel. I'm real.
That's how you're gonna end it.
Yeah, today is October 7th, 2017, when I wrote it.
Nice.
Now, yours truly, Sean Pennis.
That is amazing.
Oh, party
Is
favors.
Ryan in the chat, by the way?
Yeah, he's here.
Good.
Oh no, no. Oh,
Hello?
God damn it.
Hello, Ryan.
Oh, shit. Ryan's mom. What's up, girl?
Who's this?
It's your friend's... It's your son's best friend, Sean.
Oh, hello. Hello, Sean.
Hi, Mrs. K.
What's
Hey,
up?
Kevin. Have you been putting on the new stuff I sent you, the smushka for your head in the sun?
Shmushka. What the fuck?
It's the stuff, the potatoes that...
There's no sun right now. It's the fall.
Okay. Well, if you haven't... Ryan, this is your mother. You haven't called me in ages, and I miss you. Okay? I've been wondering if you've been okay. Okay? If you're out there doing needles on the streets, I still love you, baby.
Oh my God.
Anywho, I need to be spanked.
Oh God.
I bet you do, Mrs. K.
Oh no.
Sean, you're dirty. You're dirty boy. Anyways, I'm a woman for a male. I have a big body. I'm 5'5". And single and ready to mingle.
What?
Wait.
Since when?
Since when? I should say, what's up, Miss K?
Oh, hush. He doesn't know yet.
Oh God.
Anyway, I need a spanking. Hand, hairbrush, belt, etc. If you bring me over to your knee and you spank me till you think I've had enough, please send me an email.
We're so sorry, Ryan.
Yeah. He says I was just talking to her earlier and we're talking about sausage dressing and beef candy. You know I love the beef candy.
Oh God damn it.
And I'll put dressing over someone's sausage any day.
What's that?
Nothing, you dirty pervert. Get out of here, you cute little gadoosh.
Hey, I said I'd travel.
Hey,
Anyways, I gotta go.
Speaking of gadouches, how you doing, Mrs. K?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really him?
Let me give my little ginger fro a spray.
Oh, you know I can't stand that. Now I really got to go. Goodbye, boys.
I was feeling a little verklempt. Oh, she's out the window. She didn't even make a noise. Why is she jumping out the window?
She's after Marky.
Well, I got a question for you guys, and I have a question for chat. My question is, how hot is this? Male for women in central Dallas. That's the very middle. Oh, how I would love to find a woman like this. Any takers? I assume there was photos there because there's a lot of spaces between words. Two strangers were caught engaged in a sexual act on a Delta Airlines flight from Los Angeles to Detroit Sunday night, airline officials said. I don't know why I'm reporting this. The 48-year-old woman and 28-year-old man, who have not been publicly named, reportedly have not met before the flight, during which the woman allegedly performed oral sex on the man while they were both in their seats. Police told WDIV Local 4 in Detroit the man was flying to Detroit to catch a connecting flight to Miami, while the woman was going to catch a connecting flight to Nashville. Let's just say they connected. That's it? What the fuck? You see, folks, I was looking for more of the story. Apparently, just the trail ends cold right there.
Well, he was saying how I wish I could
I
find.
mean, this isn't really much of a misconnection. I just want to know how hot that is. I
No.
mean, I think it's kind of hot.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing he said is how hot, or how would I, how I would love to find a woman like this is what you said first. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I get a little confused with my writing. I was actually.
So then you put the article and you're like, man, someone who would do this, please hit me up so we can both book an airline flight, and that way you can blow me.
Sean, you talking to me or?
I'm talking for you.
Oh, okay.
And what you wrote.
Making me an indecent proposal, trying to make an honest man out of me there, Sean.
Now that's save that for Mrs. K. What's up, girl?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take a rare dive out the window to see what's going on over there. Maybe catch her over at Ed's pool. Yours truly, everybody, Velvet Jones.
You're gonna jump out. You're gonna jump out the window or what?
Conversation.
Conversations. The best. All right, let's go over the box office a little bit, and Thor has laid his hammer down against the competition.
Yeah.
Making 56 million for a total of 211 million.
Woo.
And it just globally passed 600 million.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's on its way to $1 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a pretty good Marvel movie, probably one of the better ones, as we've said. We said that last week, and it's deserving good. I'm glad that people are still going to the goddamn movies.
You know what's funny is that we were sitting here talking in the pre-show, or not in the pre-show, before the show about Punisher, and I failed to realize like Thor is going through the same thing with critics. Like I've seen so much love for this, but at the same time, I've seen so much hate as well. Like people are like, yeah, I mean the story was real weak and it was just fun. So that's the only reason why people
The story was weak and fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like on the one hand, okay, sure, yeah, maybe it doesn't have the strongest story, but like, why can't a movie just be fun?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Like that's why people go see the fucking Too Fast, Too Furiouses.
Popcorn movie.
Yeah, yeah. You just go to watch some kick-ass action and just be entertained. Like not every movie needs to be a fucking like Oscar-winning, like story. I feel. I don't know. I don't know.
And plus, I think they made this. This is just a straight-up comedy.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
A funny-ass comedy, and like they're not trying to tell this deep-ass story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they still did kind of. I mean, they fucking. You know, I don't want to give any spoilers. But yeah, stuff happened.
But we're talking about. Kev just said like it's good to still see people going to the movies. I mean, like that's a good weekend for movies, though. Even the next few still made a good amount of money. Like that. Otherwise, we'd still be going like, man, that's a good amount for what the movie is. Like Daddy's Home 2 made 30 million. It's number 2 in the box office this weekend. It's like if Thor hadn't been out, like it easily would have taken number 1.
What? Yeah.
And that 30 million is not bad for an opening weekend for a comedy, especially like a sequel comedy at that.
Well, you know who's in it.
Yeah, our boy. That's why he's not here tonight.
Yeah. he's out promoting the movie.
Yeah. And then the third movie is Murder on the Orient Express, which I really want to see, but I have also mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
Why do you have mixed feelings? Because it has a wonderful cast, and I believe leading to it, you saw the trailers and you were like, I need to see.
I mean, one, it was a great book, and two, but the reason I'm not like super thrilled, like, the cast is phenomenal. It's stupid, but like I'm still not on the Johnny Depp train. Like I fell off that train years ago, and so when I see him in movies now, I'm just like it almost kills my excitement for the movie. And like that was a huge thing, even with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. For them to make that reveal that like, oh, Johnny Depp is Grindelwald. Spoilers, sorry.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so spoilers. It's been a year, but like it made me not excited for the sequel because I would have almost rather they'd done that the other way around. You had this American played by Colin Farrell, who then was a great bad guy in that, who then later like transforms and becomes a German played by Johnny Depp for like 2 minutes in the movie, but that sets him up for the rest of this like Fantastic Beasts universe, where I think it's gonna be kind of following Grindelwald's story and stuff, or at least him as like the focal point of the bad guy and stuff, And so, like, I don't know. Johnny Depp is kind of a piece of shit. He's abusive. He's. I mean, he's. I don't know. He's just not cool anymore. And so seeing him in this movie, like, I hope he dies in the first 5 minutes, so I don't have to watch a whole movie with him. Like, I still love his earlier work. Young Johnny Depp is great, Johnny Depp, but this older, like, I don't know, man. He's like the original hipster. Like, it's just like I hate everything about him. I hate everything about him now. And like every movie he's in, I just like there's nothing about it that is like, oh shit, Johnny Depp's in this. Cool, I can't wait to see his performance in this. Like he's old and dried up, and he's an abusive piece of shit. So,
I used to hang out with a Johnny Depp impersonator.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when I say hang out, I went to a couple dinners while he was there. We were in the same circle. It was when I was doing some videography, and I got involved in this whole scene where body painting scene and this photography scene. I don't know how it feels like just a small part of my life. But anyways, they had this guy who looked exactly like Johnny Depp and would get and dressed like him. It was very annoying to go out to dinners because you'd have people coming over every 5 seconds, like asking him for a photo and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it's not him, but okay, cool. All right.
I'm missing part of this. So did you paint his body during this time?
No, he was just there hanging out.
Oh, okay. But did you want to paint his body?
So
that silence is a yes.
Let's move on to the next story.
So I want to see it, but I have a hard time justifying going and spending money on it. It's kind of my point. I don't know.
Go see the matinee then. Go see it for like $5 or something like that, dude.
I will
Go to
wait.
a matinee.
I will wait. I will fucking wait until they release a screener for it because they're going to push for something. So
Are we getting toward Oscar season here? Is this screener season?
Yeah,
okay, then fucking wait it out.
Yeah,
Hey,
January we should start getting screeners. If not before.
I mean, yeah, we should start getting screeners legally, not illegally.
Hey, Doug, just don't worry about it. Take a flight up to Kansas, go to Kevin's theater that's across the street from him. $3.
Yeah, worth it. $3.
$3.
You know what? You come to this theater, you make the effort. I'll pay for the matinee ticket.
No, I don't want to break your bank, Kev.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna start saving now. I'm gonna start streaming like 20 hours a day.
Cool.
I'm gonna have that money.
Cool. All right.
I just bought the ticket for both of us to go to Kansas City to visit.
Thanks,
Hey,
8-Bit.
Oh, now I got to cover both of you guys. Oh,
yeah, and we're all gonna go see a movie on 8-Bit.
All right, I'm gonna start streaming now because I need to start.
All right, so there's a ton of news to get through, so we'll try to hit this stuff up. But
shit. We're like 40 fucking minutes into this goddamn show already.
I know. The huge news in Hollywood is that,
Yes.
the news that we want to cover.
Well, the good news.
Good news in Hollywood
Oh my god!
is that Rian
Seriously.
Johnson will be creating a whole new Star Wars trilogy.
Rian Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Ryan, that's what I said.
Okay, no, it was like when Doug was saying something while you said that, so I just want to make
okay.
sure it was clear.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. I also because I was talking, I heard Ron Johnson, and I was like, no, that dude makes surfboards or something. I don't know.
No, that's a porn star.
No,
Yeah,
that's
picked him
Ron
up.
Jeremy, you dumb shit. Oh, your porn star is better.
That's his uncle, Uncle Ron. But Ron Johnson was another guy. We don't talk about him anymore.
Okay. Rian Johnson will create a whole new Star Wars trilogy.
Yep. So right now there's no added news as far as what they're going to be filming, like where it's going to take place. I personally, I think with Doug actually said maybe not, but I would love to see them go to the Old Republic.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Would fucking love it. Just stay away from Saga, bitches. That's mine. Like that time frame, 1,000 years before. Fuck off. Go farther back.
But the problem here is that it's saying. So Kathleen Kennedy said, we're looking at the next 10 years of Star Wars stories, and we're looking at narratively where we might go. Future stories beyond Episode 9, where these new characters, Rey, Poe, Finn, BB-8, and they're like, where is it going to take them? And I'm like, fuck, man. So he's going to create a new trilogy based on the characters we already have, and I'm just like, make a new, like, I know that you guys, I would love to see the Old Republic, but I still would love to see a story about Kyle Katarn, right?
Yeah, he was a settler.
It's Kyle Katarn. You're right the first time. Kyle Katarn. He's gonna fly in on his ship and he's gonna take all of your wheat.
I'm glad you caught that. I didn't want to be the only nerd in this room who knew what Settlers of Catan was.
That is probably one of my favorite Star Wars stories that I have experienced, and some of the dopest fucking characters, enemies that I've ever gone up. Obviously, Doug has more experience because he's read the books, but anything that I've seen, for me personally, I want to see.
But the books are nothing now, man.
Yeah, I know.
No,
but
they could. They absolutely could, because we've seen it with Thrawn. They brought Thrawn in. Dude, Rebels just introduced Ruick, which is Thrawn's assassin, who is in the original Thrawn trilogy as his personal assassin. So, fuck yeah, man. Like, I mean, they could, but then you get into, you have to start paying people for the rights for this stuff. Although, I feel like they also, I have to feel like they just give that shit up. Okay, cool, you're going to write a book for Star Wars. You now have no legal claim to it. It now belongs to Lucasfilm.
Disney.
Well, Lucasfilm, and then at that point, Disney, yeah. Because, even that they moved publishers when the books moved. It went from, was it Random House? I don't remember, over to Del Rey. And so now their stuff is published with legends on it, on the cover art, because it's no longer canonical. But I don't know. I'm with you. I'd rather see them go back to Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
But see, also even though there's a lot of not fan made lore, but again, this legends lore and timeline and of stuff happening, going back before any of that stuff, about 100 years before A New Hope is kind of where you're cut off, because at that point you have to start dealing with Darth Plagueis and then Sidious and so on. So if you go back farther than 100 years before those movies, you can fucking do whatever. You can do whatever because even if you wanted to use some of the stuff, you could do whatever, and that's why our I feel like Saga works so well. It's because we went 1,000 years back, where right after Darth Bane. And there's not a lot of stories in the old EU, in the Legends EU, so it kind of opened up dude, we can do whatever the fuck we want, and that's why and I feel like the movie theaters, the studio could do the same thing. Disney could do the same thing. Just here you go.
Then you could create as many Jedis as you want, as many stories as you want. You could fucking do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point, you're not fucking focused on the Skywalker legacy and story, because even if you go after episode 9 and you still follow these characters, you're still almost, again, unless you can create a whole new cast, but there's still the story at that point existing in their universe of Luke Skywalker taking down the Empire, and then you have whatever happens with Rey and Luke and Kylo and the First Order after that. That's still galactic proportion story that everyone's going to know about to some degree. So if you go before that, fuck it. You don't have to deal with any of that shit, and it just opens up so many possibilities.
That's the fear, right? That's the fear of going back and trying something new, is that we're also familiar with what we have already, and that's why these spin-off movies deal with A New Hope, essentially, with the Death Star and Vader, with Rogue One, and then we're getting, of course, Han Solo, the solo movie.
That's true.
Because everybody's used to this, and so if you introduce something new, there's a chance it could fail. And
it could, sure, of course it could. But then you can also go and look at how well received KOTOR is, because they took that chance and going, fuck it, let's go back 3,000, 4,000 years. Let's go back where we have the freedom to do whatever. When the Sith army is huge, when the Mandalorians are huge, and the Republic, while still huge, is smaller, and there's a huge fight going on between everybody. Let's cover that timeline, because we can do whatever we want, and it gives them such a freedom. And that game, my opinion, the best Star Wars games ever created. And I love the Dark Forces anthology. All those games are great. Yeah. They're great for a first person experience. But the story and stuff that Drew Caprichon made up for those games is astounding. I'm not even talking about Tor. I'm not even talking about the Old Republic, the MMO. I'm talking about KOTOR 1 and 2, man.
Yeah, KOTOR. Yeah.
So.
Disney has also announced their streaming service and what's going to come out on it. They're working on Star Wars TV shows, Marvel TV shows, and a shit ton else that's going to be on this fucking thing. And they just announced as well that the streaming service will be cheaper than Netflix. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, but what's cheaper?
I know, like I would say it's probably going to, $9.99.
Yeah, because I mean, Netflix just bumped their rate up to like $11.99 or $10.99 or whatever it is, right? And so it's like,
I think isn't it $14.99 for HD now or something like that, or no? Could be wrong.
I don't know, man.
I say it sits around the $9.99 mark. It beats out Netflix. Disney has that fuck you money that they don't have to offer it at a price that nets them a huge amount of cash at first.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think that they're Disney and that they know that parents are going to be buying the service for their kids. Like, immediately, I'm like, I'm not going to buy this. This is stupid. It's not anything I want. Then they announce Marvel and Star Wars. They're going to, like, Netflix shows are going to move over to that, or that's the plan, and that they're going to continue making them over there, which is bonkers to me because you're Disney, and it makes sense for it to be on Netflix because you could do whatever the fuck on Netflix. But then Star Wars, a live-action Star Wars show coming to that service, it's like, fuck. Okay, but then I can see the potential for getting it for the kids and stuff. The kid.
Well, here's
I have one kid, but
here's what they've announced for their for kind of the kids. They've announced also TV series based on Monsters Inc., High School Musical, and a new series from Marvel. So, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, and then all their stuff's gonna be like Rebels will be over there, like, and whatever new show is next will probably follow it. I mean, it probably won't be exclusive to that service, but I guarantee you'll be able to find it on that service. My son loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, God knows why, so all that will be there. I could see the argument for getting it, and if it's cheaper than Netflix, I wouldn't get rid of Netflix for it, but I can see,
a companionship. Like you would have both.
Especially if it's cheaper. If not, then I'll just have to rent everything.
Let's see what else we got. Let's see, blah blah blah. No more, and of course they announced no more Marvel Netflix shows because of that, of course. And there was news that they were going to try to buy Fox to compete with Netflix. Obviously, blah blah blah. Okay, here's a cool story. So, have you guys? I've only watched the first episode of Stranger Things 2, and I'm sure you guys have probably finished it. But in the first episode. So people, more than 80,000 people bought a dinosaur hoodie that was featured in episode 1. There's a nonprofit science museum in Minnesota, has sold over $3 million of hoodies in one day.
Damn.
Because it was featured on the Netflix show Stranger Things.
Yeah. The design was originally released in the 80s as part of a traveling exhibit.
Yeah.
They approached the museum to get one made for the show. Huh? Jesus. And before the website crashed.
Yep. And so it they are I thought I saw on Twitter they were like, we're rushing to get more made. Please hold.
Yeah.
Because these things, it's amazing. I never thought that shit like that would sell. I didn't think there was huge demand for shit like that, but fuck, man. You put something cool in a TV show or a movie.
Oh yeah, man. There's. Do you not remember remember back in the day when we were doing Legends, and Rain would always send us links to the who wore that on that shirt on TV, or I forget the name of the website, but it'd be like, because she'd always comment like, how the fuck is Iris West affording this $4,000 dress on her like journalist like salary? Like, how the fuck is this? Because she would go look up what these people are wearing on the show. But they have, even like Big Bang Theory, like you can go and you can find all the cool fucking like Flash t-shirts that Sheldon wears, or whatever. And so I'm sure the same thing where someone probably was like, there's websites for this stuff. So you can go find and go buy that stuff.
Right. I mean, that's all it takes. I mean, like a design can be up in no time thanks to like Redbubble or whatever. I think that was like one of the places where you can like submit your own designs. And so like they can make stuff like almost immediately after an episode airs, or if the company making the episode or the company making the show is smart, they would jump right on that and have it ready to go as well. So Walking Dead is fucking guilty of that shit.
Or people can go to Threadless to get their own custom designs or t-shirts made by the 8-Bit Geek.
That is so true. That is great call, Jeremy.
8bitgeek.threadless.com.
So we're gonna get a possible Overwatch movie.
If this happens, I would like it for it to be this like a Pixar movie, like a Pixar style movie, like they've been doing their shorts.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see a whole movie like that. I would not want to see live action.
Nope, fuck it. Live action.
Doug's all about the live action.
Just
I want to see a real gorilla fucking up
Yeah.
human beings.
And it has to be a real gorilla, none of this Andy Serkis motion capture bullshit.
I want to see a real gorilla holding a goddamn gun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No.
Also, I want to see a real human flying in the air like an angel.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I want to see a chick that's blue and might resemble a spider a little bit.
That's right.
Think about it though. If they make a full live action movie, especially using the Blizzard like art team and make like an animated film, they could use all the same voice actors. They can do everything and just make it a full on like production.
No,
I think
live action, and then you ADR everyone's lines with the voice actors.
I'm
poorly.
Doug on this one. You get a real demon, dress him up in a suit,
out of here.
and he does a death blossom, and he just murders people.
What are you talking about? Have you guys ever been played Overwatch?
That's a demon dude.
Yeah.
Demon dude?
Yeah, Reaper. He's a demon dude.
Demon dude.
I also need someone who's missing a leg and or willing to take off a leg.
Mm-hmm. And shoot bombs.
Gotta be accurate.
Also, need to have, this is the casting call. We need a woman who's petite, who would like to have rockets strapped to her back, and willing to get shot into the air.
Are you talking about Reinhardt? I am a woman.
Now, I mean, obviously, you want to go the same way that their shorts are being done. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
If you did anything else, it'd be stupid.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's like I like Overwatch and I love their storytelling.
Yeah.
In those shorts, they're only like 5 to 10 minutes each one, and they tug at your heartstrings, man. Especially like Bastions and just like there's so many good ones out there.
I like how Ants is she's getting real salty in the chat.
Yeah.
She's like, he's not really a demon, but okay. Yeah, he's a human possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
How else are you gonna have demon-like abilities where you're just fucking teleporting, and then you got demon streaks going behind you? Get out of here, Ants.
As long as they nerf Hanzo in the movie.
No.
Jeremy's a Hanzo main.
Oh, people would hate me for that. As long as Hanzo, I'm on board with the whole, like, I compare Hanzo to Johnny Depp, older Johnny Depp. As long as he dies in the first 5 minutes of the movie, I'll go see it.
So so you want a live action Overwatch with Johnny Depp in it?
I want Johnny Depp to play Hanzo.
He'd do it. He has no like qualms about playing another person's race. See the Lone Ranger as my example is that.
Oh man.
All right, let's get in some real juicy news here where EA has set the record for most downvoted comments on Reddit.
No, just one. It was one comment and
Sorry,
it was downvoted.
It was downvoted to hell and back. It got downvoted so far, it went past China and just went right to the South Pole, North Pole, and back to the US. It was nutso. Straight up. Went to another. So what was it? So somebody asked, they were like, hey, so seriously, I've paid $80 and Vader's still locked. And then EA, somebody did the math and it would take 40 hours to unlock one hero character in Battlefront 2 that's coming out.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
well, if you played, I'm sure some people like, I know, there's some that are already unlocked. Kind of, I don't want to say your weaker ones, but they're, definitely not your main heroes. I would say, Maul, I guess. I don't know, and like So like the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and stuff, they're all locked and pretty expensive.
Yeah,
not anymore. Not after this comment got shot to hell. So as of writing this, I'm looking at the live feed of it. It's at negative 563,000 points.
Mm-hmm. So
cancel your account, EA.
it's amazing. This is the fastest I've ever seen a video game company respond to Backlash. EA can't catch a break because, and they've tried their best to make this game what the fans wanted, and at every turn, the fans have just hated everything they've done, and they hated the whole unlock packs and unlock different guns and stuff if you buy them because they made all the DLC free, so everyone was on the same playing field. So they went ahead and they were like, all right, let's do in-game content, and people can buy loot boxes, and in those loot boxes there's all these guns and unlock cards and all this other shit. People hated it, so they changed it, and now it's not pay to win. But then they were like, okay, well, all the heroes are behind these credits now, and it takes 80,000 credits, 60,000 credits to unlock these heroes. People got really pissed at that, and so now they've changed that. And I think that this also shows 2017 was a huge year for loot boxes and for paid content in games, and I really think that now this is EA is kind of the tipping point of where people are willing to invest their money and put their money into this paid content. I really think that from here, everyone's going to be under the gun, and they're going to say, shit, well, we got away with it. Now we can't, because people are getting really pissed off that we still have shit that's locked behind locked walls, even though they've paid $80 or $60.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, we committed them months ago when they announced that like all the DLC was going to be free, because that's cool, because you were getting these games where it was like, okay, it's $60 for the game, or you could get $80 and you can get a couple of unlocks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, oh, also it's $100 for the DLC. And you're like, fucking what? What game was that? There was a game recently. It was $100 for the season pass or whatever. And we were just like, the shit? Like, you better be
$100 for it?
Was it Assassin's Creed?
It wasn't Assassin's Creed, no. It was like maybe a year ago. I feel it was like one of the Call of Duties or some shit. And it was like, you better fucking be supporting this game forever if you think I'm going to drop $100 on a season pass.
The most I've seen for a season pass that I can remember was Arkham Knight came out, and the season pass was like $50
or $60. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe it was 50, because I remember it was like they said they had a ton of content, but the content was pretty bad.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was with the game and the season pass. It was over $100, and it was just like,
with the game and season pass it was $90, and that was the Arkham Premium Edition.
Yeah,
and now you can find it on CD keys for $6.
Yeah, seriously, and. So we're like, cool, DLC, that's free, that's sick. Like, all DLC is gonna be free. And like, we were like, even like, okay, microtransaction makes sense, because you still gotta fucking pay for this stuff and the constant support over the year. But to lock stuff like that at such a high rate that like, you can play it. Because what I like too is that yes, you can play the game and you can still gain the in-game currency to unlock this stuff. Like, if I log in, I got 13 things I need to fucking unlock. Like, when I log in, and like. But the fact that you have to put in 40 hours and 40 hours of playing good to unlock one of these characters is fucking stupid. Or you go drop $30 or whatever it was to fucking unlock them, which is stupid.
And that's bullshit that free to play does. But the thing is, it's free to play.
Exactly.
So you can grind, like, Warframe is a perfect example. You can grind for everything you want, but it's going to take you a while. If you could pay up front and you could pay up front and get the shit. But when you're paying $60 plus for a game and it's deluxe edition or whatever, you shouldn't have to have that same kind of fucking paywall where it's like, all right, cool, you can grind for 40 hours or you can pay some more money. The thing is, I mean, it's still there because people are still doing it. Once everyone takes a stand, or at least a majority of people take a stand against it, and they see that it's not a profitable thing for them, they'll stop doing it.
I think that's why I said that I think this is one of those tipping points where people are taking a stand and saying, hey, we're not going to take for this shit. And they responded in the same day, which is great. I didn't really think about all that shit. Doug and I went ahead and we got really excited for this game. We pre-ordered it. Not only did we pre-order it, we got the deluxe edition that cost $80. And for $80, I really think that we should have unlocked all heroes like for $80.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing that when I look back and realize it,
did you read
the only
my
thing that we
misconnection?
got was 3 days access for $30. This is what we paid for. We paid for 3 days of early access.
Mm-hmm.
We paid for a lightsaber card and we paid for a couple hero cards that do a couple different things. Like, it really was not worth the.
That does not sound like it's worth it at all.
It wasn't at all, and what's done is done. But we really should have gotten.
Yeah, I
more
mean, the good news is we get to play tonight instead of having to wait till Friday. So there is that.
Yeah,
I thought the game comes out tomorrow.
No, it comes out on the 17th, dude.
Oh, okay. Then what's coming out tomorrow? Shit. Rocket League on Switch. Yay.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we then paid the $5 for the Origin access to have access to it on Friday or like early, and we've been playing all weekend. But I don't know. We should, with that money, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly what the person's bitching about. And even in the article talking about how they dropped the price and stuff by like up to 75%. They're saying asking players to grind for 10 hours to unlock their favorite characters is the exact same spirit as asking them to grind for 40 hours. And that's the fucking truth. Because I ain't going to play the game for 40 hours. Probably.
Yeah. Hell, even like WWE, they have this thing where you unlock wrestlers and everything like that. But you can if you buy the season pass, it comes with like a thing where you can instantly unlock everything in the game. Moves, characters, arenas, everything. You just click a button and you're good to go. And I think if you're gonna nickel and dime people like that, at least include that shit in your season pass or some kind of feature where you could just unlock everything, get it over with.
So, it's a tough thing. I feel like we'll get our money's worth hopefully out of the single player and the multiplayer. But vote with your wallets, people. I guess. I mean, that's the thing. Or rise up on Reddit and tell them that you're not going to stand for it. Yeah, and you win. You won this time. I tell you, who didn't win is Respawn, the makers of Titanfall and Titanfall 2, because EA just bought them.
Yeah, soon to be a year from now. Rest in peace, Respawn.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't understand how you leave Activision after all that drama you go through. You make a new studio, and then you pick EA to be your publisher, and then you get in bed with them, and then you say, you know what? I think this is going to be. Let's. Oh, you know what? I know why. I guess I gave you 455 million reasons why he sold the company to them.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
One of that is in cash.
Yeah. So I see why he did it. I mean, I guess. They're right now, as you guys know, who'd they just shut down? They shut down.
Visceral.
Visceral. They shut down Visceral. They purchased Respawn, and guess who's working on a Star Wars game?
Respawn.
Ooh. Respawn has their own Star Wars game coming out. And
is it a first-person shooter? Because it seems like that's all they do.
I have no idea. I'm guessing it is, but the plan is to release the new Star Wars game, and then they're working on Titanfall 3.
Titanfall is, I mean, that's the best thing they got going for them. I think it's the only thing. I think
only thing
Respawn has been only working on Titanfall. Yeah, with Titanfall 2, and we've sung many praises about Titanfall 2. So, and now if you're an EA Origin Access member, you can play Titanfall 2 for free, like the story mode and everything. So,
yeah. And Titanfall 2 was, I think it was on my top 5 list last year of games that you should play.
I think it was mine too.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic story. Go play it. Especially if you paid $5 to get into Origin Access, you got it for free. So go play it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I'm actually thinking about signing it. This is $30 for the year right now, and they've got a lot of good games on there at the moment.
I actually tried out the new Need for Speed game that's coming out on that for free, and then I downloaded FIFA 17.
Mm-hmm.
Tried that out. I was like, I'll give I haven't played a FIFA game in a long time since like the Sega Genesis. I'll try it out. I'll give it a shot. It's not bad. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of fucking rules I don't know about soccer. I'll tell you that. I
could give me red cards.
I didn't understand. I don't understand why you can't run past the defense at a certain point and you get off sides. I was like, I thought the goal was to get behind them and make a fucking score a goal. But they called me for offsides, and I don't, and so I'm still trying to understand that shit.
There's got to be someone between you and the goal. Most of the time, at a certain point.
Yeah, I think that, it's real weird. Why can't if you're faster and better, why can't you just get behind them and score? Unless you have the ball, then you can get behind them.
Something about like you can't run past them or something, but you can pass. I don't know. I don't know.
So speaking of, I think Take-Two might be wanting to go back on this whole story after the whole EA debacle, but Take-Two is pushing for a recurrent consumer spending on all of its games coming up. Everything from, of course, NBA 2K, the new Grand Theft Autos, the new Red Dead Redemption. Everything will have microtransactions because that's where the money's at.
I'm really hoping that right now Take-Two is looking at what's happening at EA and going, ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I hope the industry in general is looking at this and realizing that a lot of people are pissed.
What I want to see is everyone's like current like reactions and how people are handling like all this like sexual abuse and stuff. Like how everyone's just like, fuck it. No, let's not stand for this. Let's not allow this to stand anymore. Like, fuck it. Tear it down. I hope that we see that sort of like reaction with all this shit too. Where suddenly it's just like, no, we're not paying for this stupid shit. Stop fucking doing it. And then like, everyone is getting downvoted on Reddit constantly.
Well, this is what 2K said. Virtual currency, add-on content, and microtransactions grew 66% year over year and accounted for 48% of net revenue.
Of course, because it's fucking cream at this point. I mean, they don't really have to.
That's just for their second quarter.
Yeah,
like that's fucking insane. So you can expect it. You've got Red Dead Redemption, and then you've got Borderlands 3 that are coming out. And I guarantee you that there's going to be so much shit surrounding those two games with microtransactions. It's going to be.
I've never seen any kind of microtransactions in Borderlands, though. I think Gearbox would be a little smarter about that.
Yeah, but those games came out before this whole debacle is, 2017 is really where the microtransaction thing has started and like taken foothold.
Well, I guess what was that game you guys always rip on me about from Gearbox?
Yeah.
Battleborn.
I don't think that had microtransactions
until it went free to play. Then once it went free to play, then that's when they tacked it on because, once again though.
Well, they had to make their money at that point because they released a failure of a game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's a free to play game, hey, fair game with your fucking spending money on it, because if people don't want to spend money, they can sit there and grind the whole time.
Exactly.
But
no, I 100% agree on that.
But if you're paying, once again, I go back to my point. If you're paying $60, if you're paying full price for a video game, you deserve to have the full video game on there with no bullshit. But once again, we're preaching to the choir here. It's a fucking echo chamber here and to our fans. I'm sure there's not a fan out there going, no, but I'd like to pay extra money for a game to have like stuff that should have been in the original.
I think one of the shittiest parts too is the fact that like we grew up, and I'm sure this is again true with a lot of our listeners and stuff. We grew up in a time where like DLC was unheard of a lot of the times.
Yeah,
that was called a fucking sequel, and then and then it became like a treat where it was like you play this awesome game, and then oh shit, they're about to release another 8 hours of gameplay. For $10 or whatever, or more maps and Halo and all such shit like that, and we've just seen the decline of DLC and into this microtransaction and shit. Which, like, when it's something like PUBG and it's all cosmetic and it makes no fucking difference to the game, dude. Whatever. If you want to blow $280 to get a fucking pink dress. Then whatever, man. You'd blow that fucking money. Like, because it doesn't affect the game. Like, you and I can still go, head to head in that game and it won't make a goddamn difference. But this, I don't know, man. I'm just.
Okay, Doug, since you've played this, game, from what I understand, that Assassin's Creed, do you think that the $60 that you paid and you're getting enough content? And I heard that one of the menus in that game is nothing but microtransactions and trying to get you to buy shit.
Okay. One, I spent the first 5 hours of that game in like the first town that you encounter, And and then like I was doing side quests and all this stuff, and then I finally like did the storyline and like left that city to continue the story and got the like the Assassin's Creed Origins for like 5 hours into the fucking game. Like that there was so much to do. Like I don't even know how many hours in I'm at this point, and I have barely gotten like scratched the surface of the story and stuff. Like I'm looking at the map, which is this fucking huge map. And I'm in this town I'm in, the level, it's like, if you're between like level 12 and 15, this is a good area to be in. And then I zoom out, and it's like, over here is level 58 to 60, and, 60 to 63 or whatever. And it's just like, oh shit. Like, oh shit, I'm level 14. Like, oh shit.
I've got a long way to go.
I got a long way to go. And you look at the size of the map, and it's, from what I understand, it's about the size of the map from Black Flag, but instead of ocean, it's all land.
So that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, which is just like, oh god. I mean, for those that play that game know how big, but you're in a ship and you're sailing across the ocean. It wasn't that big of a deal, but now it's like, no, you're on land and you got a camel, motherfucker. So,
I go 3 miles an hour.
So far, I would say it's definitely worth the $60. There is a menu. Okay, you can also earn in-game currency to buy these packs and stuff. And you get like silver and stuff. There are gold packs or whatever that you need gold coin from. And I understand that you should be able to get gold coins in the game, but I think the easiest way to do it is just to buy them because they want a stupid amount of money to get them. They give you like certain weaponry and stuff for like levels, your level. But it's not on your main like list of your menus or whatever. Like you have like your inventory, your quest, your map, and other things. And if I remember correctly, you have to hit like, if you're using the controller, if you hit like left, it takes you to your start menu with what you can save the game, load game, quit to desktop. If you hit right, that then takes you to that page. But otherwise, using the thumbstick to kind of go back and forth between the menu, if I remember correctly. Because I've only seen it a couple times, and I ignore it because I don't feel like I'm far enough in the game to warrant buying anything. Because you're going to open a crate and it's going to give you something that's like modified to your level. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to spend 200 silver coin on this crate and get something for a level 5. So just ignore it. There is like a mission where I think they make you do it. To show that it's there, but I don't know, man. It hasn't. I haven't felt like I needed anything so far because of.
It's just going.
It's an RPG game at this point, It really is. Like you pick up so many fucking weapons and stuff, or you find them. If you just do the quest and like explore the city, you'll find stuff that's equally matched to who you're fighting against, or more powerful. Or stuff that's better suited for you. So I don't know. Like, yeah, you can buy stupid gear to make the game easier for you, but at that point, like, just put it on easy mode and be a little bitch.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's Doug's Rant of the Week. Sponsored by...
Sponsored by?
I don't know.
Okay. Warner Brothers has started a new label that's going to be dedicated entirely to putting out Harry Potter games.
Cool. All right, next. Just kidding.
Oh shit! I was like, oh, Doug's going to really... Nope.
It's okay. So Niantic's doing another game. They announced that they are going to do another like Pokemon Go game, but it's going to be the Harry Potter one that was teased like a year ago. Whoa. Okay. Cool. Whatever. We'll see it when it comes out.
What if they put out like a? Hold on. What if they put out a Harry Potter game that has the fighting mechanics of Batman?
What? Like. No,
but with spells and shit.
No, what they're going to do is they're going to put out a free-to-play card game. All right, just like fucking Gwent or the Hearthstone or whatever. It's just gonna be that sort of shit. Hearthstone. I don't fucking remember. It's just gonna. That's all. They're gonna do that, and then probably some like really cheesy kid MMO sort of game where you get to be a student at Hogwarts and like go to classes and do stupid side missions.
Let's do it. Let's play that game.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of it, but
I'm gonna be number one on that MMO.
But at the same time, like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Like, I don't understand. It's a very small universe right now because J.K. Rowling has only done like 7 books and a movie. Like,
she could open it up and allow them to tell more stories in that universe, right?
No, but so far she hasn't.
I know. Like she's being real greedy right now.
I mean,
she should open it up like Star Wars and just be like, write some fucking books, guys. Like, go at it.
Yeah, and then in 30 years we'll sell it to Disney, and none of that shit will be canon anymore.
Your
And you'll be happy
donation will
because they'll
feed
remake
many,
the movies to
especially
make
my
more, and
1,400
Harry Potter will
kids.
be back in the mix.
We just got.
What are you complaining about?
Sorry, I just got a sponsorship payment. Kev, will you read that for me?
King Rex donated $2.70. He said, "Here's Doug's rant sponsor payment."
Which brings us up to a total of $1,076.90. So 69.
Nice.
So we were talking earlier about EA and how they closed down a studio and opened one. There's only one other company that has been just really famous for shutting down studios, and that would be Microsoft.
Hey.
Guess what they're looking to do?
I can't imagine they'd be looking for more studios to buy.
They're going to open and acquire more studios.
Oh.
God damn it.
Hey, you know what they should do? They should reopen Lionhead and make Fable 4.
Mm-hmm.
Make it good.
Why don't they just do that? Like they have all these. They already have all these licenses. Like, use them.
Yeah. Also, they need some more fucking exclusive
good games.
Yeah, good games that are also exclusives. Because when they lost Bungie with Halo, and they gave Halo to 343, Halo. But also, then they shut down Lionhead. Well, there goes Fable. What the fuck else do you have?
We got
Nothing.
racing. We got racing. We got
we got Forza. We got Forza.
Here. Hey, come get that Forza only on Microsoft and PC. but yeah, I don't understand it. They it's one of those things where it's almost like they forgot that they were running a gaming company with the Xbox, because they're like, well, let's just shut down all the first party games, and nobody really buys those anyways. And,
Yeah.
That's
then
been
Sony
the
was
biggest complaint about the
Cool.
Xbox. Literally, all the reviews are like, this is the best system that has zero exclusives. This is the best system that you're going to play nothing on. Like, because, I guess you could go buy all these other games, but like, PlayStation has the exclusives. That's why you go buy a PlayStation. It's because you want to play The Last of Us, and you want to play Uncharted, and you want to play everything else, Horizon Zero Dawn, all that stuff, right? Like, that's the whole fucking reason I have one. That's the only reason, because I want to play these games. But like, Xbox doesn't have that, and now with their whole like Game Anywhere stuff, like, what's the point? I can play it on my fucking PC.
exactly.
Right.
Like, they shot them. Like, I like that concept. I like the concept that I can play any game on an Xbox, or I can play it on my computer. I like it. That's cool that you kind of buying a game and you're getting it twice. At the same time, at that point, what's the point? Why am I going to get this when I can build my own computer, make it better than or at least equivalent to your console, and like play so many other games that maybe your system doesn't have because of Steam and EA and all these other fucking game companies that, or studios that have their own fucking launchers and stuff. I don't know. They need more exclusives, and they need to make them and keep them Xbox Live exclusives, or Xbox.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. 100% accurate. And Link, that's why you need a PS4. Take that to Facebook,
Damn.
bitch. Okay, so EA, get this, may no longer release Madden and FIFA every year. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, yeah, they could
Good.
just release updates of them because there's nothing to fucking do. I don't know. That's stupid.
I guess that the argument here is that they could be 365-day live services. And so instead of it kind of doing what the whole Destiny thing is doing, is like instead of releasing sequels, it's just like, all right, well, let's just put out one game and support it for years to come. And maybe put out a new game on a new engine or some shit like that. Because they really don't, like, they could really release new texture packs once a year and just be like, all right, well, here's some
roster updates and all that shit. Like, that shit should be live too at this point. And the way that everything works, like, all the this should be like, you buy the game maybe exactly once every 4 or 5 years to get like the newest version with the newest engine, blah blah blah. Everything else should be, any sort of roster changes for your teams or whatever should all be done live. And I don't know, like, I don't know.
I mean, we've gotten to the point where they actually update the commentary throughout the season. Why can't they do anything else?
Exactly.
I mean,
Especially if you're playing like, okay, cool. I'm playing Jer, for example, like loves the 49ers. I'm gonna play as the 49ers, and then I don't know anybody that's on the 49ers, but let's say they trade a player or whatever. Like, you should have the ability to be like, cool, like, yes, apply that change to my team. That way, like, now you have that player that you traded or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're kind of playing along with the season sort of way or whatever, or like, yes, I want this new lineup because this team's better. If you're not going in and like making your own custom team, just playing as is sort of thing. I don't know, like all that shit. We have ways to do that, and it's so easy just to make a skin for a character and add a new fucking character in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say that, but then they're like, no, that requires us bringing that person into the studio and doing all that work. Okay.
I still think, like, with their microtransactions that they have going, that money is just coming in from, and all they have to do is update that. They can update storylines on the fly and like actually have you play in storylines if you wanted to, because the story's already written. You could just use the real storylines of the season. Like, okay, well, you've been suspended. Here's your storyline. What are you going to do outside of football? And then it can show you like you're sitting there playing a video game on your couch for a week. Or if you get into a drug bust, you go to the club and you're partying, and all of a sudden the police come in. You have to try to escape out of the back door, and if you don't, you get kicked out. You get kicked out of the league for 2 weeks. You get suspended. You also have to pay a fine. Like, you got all these mini game opportunities.
Nice. I would also like to see in the manager mode, if you could play, or like the owner of the team mode, if you could like hold up the re-election of the commissioner of football, and then have the whole NFL, all the other owners come after you and try to kick you out, for being a piece of shit.
Damn.
What is that? Is that happening?
Is that real thing?
Oh shit! Is that topical? But for real, if Jerry Jones wants to give us money and be the sponsor of the podcast, come at us, bro. Let's do it. I'll sign fucking paperwork. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Cowboys all. This will be the Cowboys podcast.
Yeah, we'll change. If you want to pay for us to become the Cowboys podcast, fuck it. Come on, let's do it.
I'll sit there and be like, all right, well, in your gaming news, it looks like the Cowboys have won the Madden 2018 sim that we just put on. So that's cool. Let's move on to movie news. Jerry just purchased Miramax.
I just watched Rudy for the 40th time.
It reminds me of a story about the Cowboys.
Yeah, it was Rudy football. Hey, you know what? Hey, speaking of Rudy, because everyone loves Sean Astin.
Fuck, love that dude.
Okay, one, Sean Astin, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has officially been picked up by Amazon for. We talked about it last week as a rumor. It's officially happening. Two, did you know that the guy Real Rudy, like had
RealRudy.com
had to like shop that movie around because no one wanted to buy it because
Real.
apparently it's bullshit.
Wow.
Like, no, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I saw it on a Cracked article a couple years ago. They were like just talking about like movies
Just
that almost
the whole family aspect, right? Like, because he really did get carried off the field, and then he became a professor at Syracuse University.
Yeah, but there was some stuff about like the whole him being on the football team that was like that's not exactly how it went, and like all this stuff about like, well, that's not exactly how it went. Like the people didn't like the team didn't like him in real life. I mean, they didn't like him in the movie either, but like
They didn't like him in the movie at all.
There was some stuff where it was just like, even after he like I guess won for them or whatever, or maybe he didn't even like make the touchdown. There's something where it's like he didn't do shit.
I want to take these headphones off right now because I don't want to believe that. that movie is so good. I watch it about once every 5 years.
Ed says Patton Astin or Sean Oswald, because I don't know if you guys watch Stranger Things too, but boy were they the same person this season, huh? You could have taken Sean Astin out and put Patton Oswalt in. It would have been the same fucking show.
I didn't think that Sean Astin had such a huge role in that. I've watched episode 1. I was like, holy shit, this guy's giving me a main character.
He is a main character. Yeah, he's a pretty big character this
I know,
season.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. There's some Goonie jokes that are funny.
Let's get to the last story and get the hell out of here. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Injustice 2 just shook the world when they announced their new fighter pack, because it features the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that video that Doug sent?
I did.
I saw that on Twitter. And they fucking lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I watched the trailer first, like the actual what the crowd was watching. Okay, so at one of the esports things this weekend when they released the trailer there. So there's a video on Twitter where it's literally like a crowd of people watching the trailer play and stuff, and you can see them where they're like, "Oh, cool, Adam, that's cool. All right, cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh shit, what's her name? I forget that fucking chick's name. It's not Huntress, but for the sake of the story, let's say Huntress.
Whatever.
Oh, cool, Huntress.
Enchantress.
That's what it is. Enchantress. Like, oh, cool, Enchantress. Cool. And then like they're fighting, and then all of a sudden, a Sai or whatever like hits the ground in front of them.
I thought it was going to be one of the Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, okay.
Yeah. And then the camera like pans to the alleyway, and there's a dude in a trench coat and a big hat. And if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan,
You instantly
immediately
knew it was
know
Raphael.
Yeah, you know it's Raph immediately. And so in the video, the people watching it, like they're all like, okay, that's cool, yeah. And then the second the camera turns and shows him in the trench coat again, just in the shadows, like just hunched over, the fucking lost their minds. And it was a cool thing because I mean, watching the trailer myself when it even though I knew it was for the Ninja Turtles, the second it panned to him, I got chills. I was just like, oh shit, fuck yeah, the Turtles. And then they're all there, and they say some little one-liners, and then they leap in the air, and it was the classic Ninja Turtle look. It was dope as fuck, and like I was pumped too. And so watching them like as a group have that reaction, I was like, fuck yeah, that's sick. That's why I sent it to you guys, because it was just like, look at these dudes like do exactly what we would be doing like if we were together. Like
Yeah.
grabbing each other, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
That shit right there, I lost it. I was like, oh my God. And I have Injustice 2, and we just talked about all this fucking DLC shit. I'm buying that.
But that's DLC. That's a pack. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'm buying that. That's amazing.
No, see, if it was EA, you'd have to buy the pack, and then you'd have to play for 40 hours to unlock those characters.
No, you'd have to buy the pack, and they would be baby turtles. But as you play 40 hours, they would grow up into Ninja Turtles.
Oh, as you play for 13 years, they grow into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Real-time growth.
Oh God.
Yes. Oh, shit. All right. Well, that's the show that we have for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please stay for the Q&A after the show. And that's it. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
Until next week, here's tons of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.